After intense criticism it doesn't take environmental issues seriously, the Harper government finally unveiled its new targets for cutting greenhouse gas emissions.
This target is fair and ambitious, an ambitious commitment based on our national circumstances.
The government wants to trim emissions by 30% from the 2005 levels by the year 2030. To do that, it's promising new regulations on methane emissions from the oil and gas sectors, new rules for natural gas-fired power generation, and rules for the chemical and fertilizer industries. Critics, though, say it's just lip service, that the plan lacks specifics, and that our 30% target is the weakest of any G7 nation.
I'm not confident that promise will be able to be kept, and in fact, I'm confident that they have no intention of meeting that target. Let's look at the last targets they set. We're not even halfway there. I almost feel like asking why bother on their part.
In fact, the last target was a 17% cut by 2020. We're a far cry from that. Emissions have dropped just 3.1% from 2005 levels and have actually been increasing for the past 4 years, largely because of development in Alberta's oil sands. Our chief political correspondent Tom Clark is here now. Tom, politicians always choose Friday afternoons to bury announcements they'd rather no one paid attention to. So many world leaders, though, have said climate change is the single most pressing issue facing our planet. Why is this government so reluctant to make it a priority?
Well, I think it's priority in one sense, Donna, that bringing out these standards sort of inoculates them during the campaign against charges that they're doing nothing. But on the other side, it's not a priority for a couple of reasons. You know, for many members of the Conservative caucus and the Conservative base, climate change, global warming, it's not much of a concern. Some don't think it's all that serious. Some don't believe it at all. And a lot of them would say, look, this is a left-wing thing. So for Conservatives, the environment becomes what's called a shield issue. You hunker down and fend it off. You know, interestingly, Preston Manning has been urging the party for years to change their attitude on this, but to no great effect. I think the other reason is also this, that they know that this is not a winning issue for them. They just don't have much credibility on the environmental file, and perhaps, or at least so they think, no matter what they did, it just wouldn't register with the voter.
We are, though, in an election year. Is anyone going to make the environment a priority, do you think?
Well, I think, you know, it could be a sleeper issue, and here's why. Pollsters who have really drilled down on this issue have found that the people who are most concerned about the environment and what we are leaving to the next generation are women in their 40s. And that's important because they vote in very big numbers. And remember this, a robust environmental pitch can be positive. We've just seen what happened in Alberta with the election of the NDP. So it's out there for somebody to take, I think.
All right, Tom Clark, thanks.